Okay, we are back for part two of this doubleheader. We are going to be moving to the NBA, and I am
Thank you
joined
for
by
having me,
longtime
Dom.
friend Maurice
I
Dennis.
appreciate it.
Thank you for joining me today, Mo. Yeah, of course. So we're about 20 games in. This is about the point in the regular season where executives believe you start to really see how good teams really are. You get to get a really good feel for like how the season's going to go. I know you're a Lakers fan. You're probably not feeling too happy with
I'm
the way things
content.
have
I'm
gone so
not
far,
too.
but it's a long season. There's room
Yeah,
for improvement.
I'm content. I feel like we are not too high or
All
too
right.
low. I'm right in the middle. I feel good about this season. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna read some news that's going on right now. We got Zion got cleared for full basketball activities on Friday. Um, LeBron was fined the equivalent to a quarter for you and I for his Sam Cassell celebration, and he was warned about his language in the post-game presser after the Pacers game. He said, "Let me get this verbatim quote." He said, "Rob Palinka called me. I missed his call. As soon as I checked my phone and I saw it was a missed call, I was like, I know I'm suspended. I mean, that's some bullshit, but whatever." So Mo, I'm sure you've seen the Isaiah Stewart LeBron situation a million
For
times.
sure.
It immediately was blowing up Twitter. How do you feel about what was going on?
As someone who was watching the game live, because I don't think many people was actually watching it because it was Detroit. But I don't feel that he did it on purpose. It was just in the heat of the moment. I don't think he should have been suspended, obviously, because I think it was incidental. But I guess the reaction of Isaiah Stewart, I guess created that. Um, so I don't know, but I don't think he should have been suspended. I mean, fine, obviously, yeah, because it was blood. NBA can't have blood, but not suspended. And just for like I don't know if you have the statement of like the NBA release on why he was suspended, but basically they were just like, okay, you hit him, and his reaction caused a I guess altercation. If you say it was an altercation, so it was like you basically hit him. You didn't really do anything, but you made his reaction made like extra, I guess, extra scene. Like if he would have just like, okay, cool, I'm fine, I'm gonna just go back to my bench. It would have been cool. But he just made it a big thing. I don't know, but I may be biased. I'm a Lakers fan, so I don't know. What's your point of view?
Well, so LeBron actually got fined for what he did when he came back the next game. Uh, he did the little Sam Cassell "I've got massive balls" celebration after he hit a three late. Um, but I think I agree with you that he was suspended more so because of how Isaiah Stewart reacted. If he doesn't make a massive stink out of everything that happened, just literally trying to go. You know, Rudy Gobert has said multiple. Everybody says NBA players aren't really trying to fight, but that day Isaiah Stewart, I think he was ready for some smoke, and his teammate Cade Cunningham actually did a better job of holding him back than some of the security that was there, but that's neither here nor there. We're not going to talk about if I'm a security guard, I'm 5'10", 100, and however much the security guard is, and Isaiah Stewart six. I think he's like
Yeah.
6'10", actually. Like he just a massive human being. I'm not trying to get in his way either. All right, so also in news, we got Robert Covington getting fined $15,000 for throwing his face mask at a referee uh, during a Kings loss, or I'm sorry, during a Trailblazers loss to the Kings. Kevin Durant passed Allen Iverson for 25th on the all-time scoring list, and LeVar Ball is going out and criticizing his son's team again, but this time it's LaMelo. He going off on the Hornets in an interview with TMZ Sports for keeping LiAngelo out of the big leagues. "Quote unquote, they don't understand what they got," Ball said. "They need to let my boy go ahead and play. I dropped them a superstar in the G League, and they don't know what to do with him." Um, I'm a big Ball family guy. I've loved them all for quite some time. LiAngelo this summer has been really good, so I thought that he was going to get a shot. But I don't know. I think. What do you think about what LeVar was saying?
Um, LeVar, okay. First and foremost, Leangelo, I like the effort. He's putting in a lot of work. I think he definitely deserved an NBA roster, but I wouldn't go like star. I mean, I feel like he could be a good role player actually for the Hornets. But I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of NBA players. So he just don't. They don't come with the baggage of LeVar. If LeVar just be quiet, they gave him a shot already for the summer league. So I mean, they obviously see he produced. Um, so I would just be quiet. But my reaction, that's LeVar Ball. Like we would they be here without him? I don't know. Like that's LeVar Ball. That's how he operates. So I'm just like used to it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's the father. I would prop my son up too. Hey, he deserved to be on the team. I would prop my son up too. So I can't really fault him for that. But I mean, it is the NBA. I mean, if you want to, I mean, I think he deserved it. I don't know. He's a great shooter. I don't know what position he would play. Like I'm thinking of it like a basketball.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
think he's
but I mean
athletic.
he's always been like that. So is it really out of pocket for him? It's out of pocket for us.
Yeah. I know. It's just you're right. It's yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
So I
LeVar
don't
being
know.
LeVar. All right. So going to actual basketball now. The Phoenix Suns won their 16th game in a row last night. They beat the Nets 113 to 107. And I think this is significant because they've won 16 games in a row and they still don't even have the best record in their division. The Warriors are 17-2 right now. They are just eviscerating the entire NBA, and this is without James Wiseman. This is without Klay Thompson. So I think that this is really impressive for the Phoenix Suns, but it really speaks more to the Warriors' dominance early in the year.
Um, I I don't know. I have to see the.
We
Oh,
have
you go ahead. Go ahead.
oh,
I just feel
go
like
ahead.
the for the Warriors, I have to. I'm very skeptical. I feel like they are doing really good. I don't think they could win a playoff series, but I mean, that's not right for right now. Regular season, yes, cool. They're doing their things. Have fun, but I mean, the playoffs come. I have to see it. They have to make me a believer.
Okay, that's fair. Um, we had Evan Mobley returning to action last night against the Magic, finishing with 13 points, 9 rebounds. He's been incredibly impressive. The Cavs are looking pretty good. And last little bit of news coming out today: Ennis Cantor is changing his name to Ennis Cantor Freedom. I I thought this was relevant just because he's just made waves. He's on the news all the time now. He's speaking out against LeBron and a lot of players for their agenda towards China and everything that's going on with that. It's I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation, but I'm glad he's living his best life. But all right, now we're moving on to a new game that we have at the Dominic Mills podcast. It's called "That's True," "That Could Be True," "That's Ridiculous." So the way it works is I'm going to read some takes. They are not my takes. I will preface it with that. They are takes that I have read through the NBA Twitterverse, the Instagram comment section, the bottom of the barrel of the society of the basketball world, really. So I'm gonna just read them off, and I'm gonna see
Hmm.
what you think. Okay. Okay, so the first take, the Pelicans regret not drafting John Morant over Zion Williamson.
Uh, that's ridiculous. I don't know. That's ridiculous.
Give me a little follow up
You
on
want
that.
my explanation?
I want your
Okay.
explanation on all of these.
The explanation is because think about it. Zion has already been an all star. Like he's already been an all star. Like you can't. You,
That's true.
I mean, it's simple. He's already all star. He's what this third year in the league. He averaged what when he does play what he averaged 2010 constantly. So I don't know if
Yeah.
they regret or I just feel like it's ridiculous. I mean, he Ja has been a great player, but I mean, I would take Zion. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you
Let
think?
me let me preface it with this. I agree with your opinion. Zion has already proven to be one of the most explosive and productive young players we've ever seen, especially at his position. But I do believe John Morant is a lot better of a leader than Zion has been. Um, John Morant's teams have had significantly less top level talent around him. Like Brandon Ingram has also been an all star, and the Pelicans haven't even sniffed the playoffs with Zion there. Granted, the Pelicans have had a lot more dysfunction. They've swapped out coaches every year of his career, but John Morant's won more. Like they were in the play in last year. They're looking pretty solid this year. I don't know. I agree with you. I would much rather. I don't want to say much rather. I would rather have
But that's
Morant
only
at
because
2010. Go ahead.
that's only because think about it. AD never really sniffed the playoffs. That's because to succeed in the NBA, you have to have a guard. You have to be guard dominant. If your best player is not a guard, or if you're not LeBron James, like a forward or a guard, right? That's what like help you succeed. Chris Paul, guard, leading the team. If you're a guard in the NBA, you're gonna have more success winning wise. But I mean, that's what I feel. It's a guard league. Like AD right now, he can't carry. What right? He can't carry. We tried to see that last year. He couldn't carry. He's not a guard. It's just a guard league. But I mean, I do understand that premise though.
Yeah. It's really weird just to see Anthony Davis since the championship. I actually saw something that you saying that I want to read you something that I saw about Anthony Davis. We'll chop this up in post, but let me find this tweet really quick. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Let me find it. I'm gonna read you the next take, and then I'll come back to it.
Oh yeah,
The Lakers will trade Russell Westbrook by the trade deadline.
not a chance. That's ridiculous. Not a chance. Because honestly, like I said, I watch every single game, and our struggles is not because of Westbrook. It's just because of lack of defense. But he's actually improving at a higher rate than I thought. I thought it would at least take after the All Star break, but he's slowly improving. His shooting is coming up. His turnovers dropping. So I don't think we will trade him. Um, but yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know who made that, but yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
All right.
Okay.
I would agree. I watch the Lakers play now, and they don't really play defense. There's not a lot of shooting besides LeBron and Carmelo, and maybe what you get out of Malik Monk. Uh, but I don't think that the problems are on Russell Westbrook's shoulders. I would agree with you there. But I have this Anthony Davis thing ready from StatMuse. So Anthony Davis this season shooting 16.7% on threes. That is the worst percentage in NBA history by any player with 2 attempts per game and 20 games played. 38.3% on mid range, worst in the NBA by any player with 100 plus attempts. And 33.1% on jump shots. That is worst in the NBA by any player with over 150 attempts. you spoke a little about Anthony Davis's struggles this season. I haven't seen the same player since the playoffs, since the bubble. Really, I don't know if it's a mental thing, if he's just not the same guy, if he's worn down. I don't know what it is. What do you think?
Okay. All right. First and foremost, it's the system, right? AD, right? Everybody's making this big deal. AD's not himself, but he's like literally averaging 24 and 10. And his first year with the Lakers, he averaged what 26 and like 9. So I don't know. Like he's still producing. He's just the scheme of it. He's not gaining more touches where he would like it. He doesn't have that like LeBron was a main ball handler his first year. Last year we had Dennis Schroeder. Now we have Russell Westbrook, right? So that's more touches in their hands. They're not as efficient as passing the ball to AD, or they don't find him the looks he need. Like I said, you're not going to win much if your best player, the big man. I mean, as I guess to see in the playoffs, right? LeBron is the main ball handler, so he's not he's giving him spots in the first year and looks where all he had to do is just shoot. He doesn't have to dribble. Everybody is packing the paint now. They are helping. He's taking contested jump shots. So I think it's the scheme, it's the system of it. But he's just playing out. He's just shooting long contested jumpers instead of attacking the basket. I think I saw in that same stat he's shooting 77% at the goal at 2 points and like in the painted area. So he just need to focus on attacking the basket more because nobody can stop him from that. But it's just the system, the scheme. We started DeAndre Jordan. He's playing center. It's less real estate in the paint, so he has to play on the perimeter more. So it's just the scheme and also just his shot quality. So he's just taking heavily contested jump shots, which is cool. He made a lot of those in the playoffs, actually. But he hasn't really found that rhythm. I don't know because I guess he's been hurt every year. He's been so I don't know. He needs to find his rhythm back, but I think it's just the system, the way it's designed. Because in the beginning of the season, I think actually Frank Vogel told him he wants AD to shoot more jump shots, more threes before the season start to open up that paint a little bit for Russell Westbrook to get to the basket. So I think it's just a system. Overall, we'll see where it goes after the All Star break. He may just be bored, like he may just be waiting for the playoffs. He could, but I don't know. I think it's just a system.
Hey, if they're not careful, he's gonna be waiting for the play in again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, I think we need that though.
Yeah, yeah. I need to see a sense of urgency from them on both ends of the floor that hasn't really been showcased yet. That Detroit comeback after LeBron got kicked out of the game, I saw it. They were fighting, and that was good to see. I just need to
We're
see it
also
on a more steady
missing.
basis.
We're missing the young ones.
I know you're missing Kendrick Nunn. You've only had THT for a couple games. I just mean in
Austin
general.
Reeves is out.
Yeah,
Yep.
Austin Reeves. Okay, I'm glad that that's who you guys were
He's
like. Oh, I can't wait for Austin Reeves to come back.
he's great.
I like Austin Reeves.
He makes the right
I
plays.
don't think I
He's a
don't think
good.
he's better than Caruso.
Um. Oh yeah, year one he's for sure miles ahead of Caruso. Caruso's like fourth, fifth year. So this is Austin Reed's first year. So he's even Caruso said that actually you can find the quote. Caruso said, "Yeah, yeah."
All right, that's a fair point. All right, next take. The Nets aren't winning the East this year, even if Kyrie comes back.
I, that's tough.
I know
So he
that
said,
was
"What
my
are the
point.
options again?" That's
That's
true.
true.
That's
That could be true. That's ridiculous. Because in my opinion, the Nets were winning. They
I'm
were gonna
stuck in
cake. They were gonna
between.
waltz. I thought the Nets were gonna cakewalk, or I'm sorry, they were gonna waltz their way to the championship last year, even without Kyrie. But James Harden's hamstring just didn't hold up. This year, I'm not even sure because James Harden doesn't look like the same player he was even last year. I mean, there's the rule changes, and he said I think he said last night he's still working his way back from his hamstring, but I don't know. Kevin Durant to me is still the best player in basketball. Um, I think for this
for
take, I'm
sure.
gonna be on the that could be true. It's hard to say for sure because there's more good teams in the East this year than there have been in recent years.
Yes, I would agree that could be true. Only because, yes, I agree with your point. James Harden is not the same player. You know, the rule changes. He's just now getting the free throw attempts he would like. But I feel like it's not even the. I'm more of a system. I watch it from like a system point of view, like the coaching. What could be better? The difference between last year and this year, I think it's the emphasis on the defensive end because the games I watch, Steve Nash, he doesn't play. What's his name? Bruce Brown. Um, he chose Joe Harris and Patty Mills, which is fine. They're shooters, but like you also need some defense because you don't have that interior, I guess, stopper to block shots. Because Blake Griffin's not blocking shots, Marcus Aldridge's not blocking shots, Paul Millsap, we know he not blocking shots. So I just think it's a system, and as time I guess goes, then we will see for sure. But I just think it's the defensive end and they're just like ready for the playoffs. They want the Bucks. You lose like that, 1 foot on the line. You're like, okay, I just want to play the Bucks. They want a championship. Get me to the playoffs. Let me play the Bucks again. So that could be true, but if they do have Kyrie, yeah, I think it's over.
Mm, yeah, they will be a tough out if Kyrie comes back. But he's I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, he's got some. Every time I see his name on Twitter, I'm like, oh god, I don't think he's coming back. All right,
He's not coming back. He's
yeah,
not coming
I don't
back.
think so. I don't think so. Um, all right, next is the Cleveland Cavaliers will make the play-in despite losing Colin Sexton for the season. Right now, they are 10-10, ninth in the East. 4-6 in their last 10, but they did just get Evan Mobley back last night. And Evan Mobley has looked like he can compete with Scotty Barnes right at that top level for Rookie of the Year this year.
Um, that could be true. That could be true. Only because the start they've had already. I don't know if they could keep it up. And just because of the teams behind them, I think I saw the Celtics and the Sixers, who are like they're ahead of in the standings. So I just think those teams will get better dramatically. Um, so I don't think they could like sustain what they're doing, especially since Colin is out for the season. But Evan Mobley is a good player. I did not expect that actually. He showed me a lot, but I just think the teams behind them will catch them and they'll fall in the rankings. But I think it could be true. They have a shot.
Okay. Let's see here. I need you to go on one side or the other on this one. Okay.
Okay,
There's no
okay,
that could be true. This is either
okay,
that's true or that's ridiculous. Okay.
okay.
The Warriors are the best team in the NBA.
That's ridiculous. I don't. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I can't. I mean, I love Steph Curry. I love the Warriors. I love their system. I love the way they play. I love their heart. But I just kind of treat them right now like the Jazz. Like
The
we're
Jazz.
gonna win a lot of games.
Wow.
I just
The
treat them like the Jazz.
Jazz?
Like
The
you're gonna you're
three-time
gonna be the best
champion
team in the
Warriors?
league. But they're not that team anymore. They're not that team. Now Clay is coming back, but the Jazz. I don't know. I just treat them the season they're having. I'm just treating them like the Jazz. You're having a lot of success in the regular season. They're playing hard. They're like somewhere in the middle of age wise of their roster, so they're playing with a lot of energy. I just don't think they could win a playoff series. It doesn't matter who they play. I just don't think they can win a playoff series. But yeah, I just treat them like the Jazz. The Jazz always have a good regular season. Look at them. Like they just don't
Okay,
succeed in the playoffs.
but the Jazz are fundamentally flawed because their most important player is at the least important position in basketball right now. Like
Oh
Rudy
yeah,
Gobert,
yeah.
but Steph Curry. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see for the playoffs on that one because I used to hate the Warriors. Hate. I mean, I'm a Cavs fan, but right now the Warriors are at least, at minimum, the most fun team to watch in the NBA. My favorite
Oh,
team in the NBA is
fun.
right
You
now.
think they're the best team?
No, I don't. I don't know if I think they're the best team.
Okay, that was the question.
I don't. I know that I was making a separate argument that they are the most fun team to watch. Like I have the most fun watching the
Okay,
Warriors. All right, let's see here. Next
they
take,
are fun to
Tyler.
watch. Shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah, they are. They are fun to watch. Uh, Tyler Hero does belong in the same conversation as Luca, Trey, and John Morant. I'm not sure if you saw, but before the season, they interviewed him, and he said that he was in the same conversation as them. And I was one of the many people who were laughing at him. I was like, this man is nonsensical. He's been hanging out in Miami too long. He has no idea what he's saying anymore. Now, however, he's
Okay.
had the best season of his career. He's up for sixth man of the year, and the Heat are second in the East. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think that's true. I think he has an argument. First and foremost, who put Ja in that conversation? Because I don't know, but anyway, that's besides the point. Uh, Ja's no. We can have that conversation another day. But Tyler Hero, think about this, right? Before he came out of college, I predicted him to be one of the best guards. And a lot of people was like, "What? Tyler Hero? No, I can't see it." I'm like, okay, wait. I want the Lakers to draft him because I know what he could be. Because he's a bucket. He's playing behind Jimmy Butler. It's a system. He's playing behind a lot of people. The Jaw's not doing that. He was given the keys right away. Luca was given the keys right away. Trey was given the keys right away. I feel like Tyler can do it because I think he's a better scorer than a lot of them. He's a better pure scorer than Trey, Jaw, and Luca. He can do everything. He can do
You say
everything.
he's a
Tyler
better
is a better
score,
scorer than them.
a better
Yes, for
scorer than
sure.
Luka Doncic, Trey Young, and John Morant. So, all right, right now, if I
Okay,
had
you
to
going
pick,
off stats.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like in terms of
Okay.
skill wise, like in terms of just being able to put the ball in the basket. Like you're down by 10 seconds left. Who are you more confident in getting a bucket right now?
See, that's
Tyler Hero's
situation.
the
That's
last.
game. I'm just saying
Okay.
pure scoring.
Oh come on.
Pure
That's
scoring.
exactly what you. That's exactly what you
I'm
want.
not saying that's situational. I'm not saying he's clutch. I'm not saying he's. I'm just saying for a game, if you give Tyler Hero the number one option, the ball is in your hands. All right, the six are for you. The plays are for you. Tyler Hero is a bucket. I'm telling you, he's like a Devin Booker style. Devin Booker was off the bench, averaged what 10 or 13 points. He's there. I mean, he's not on that level, but I feel like he can score on that level for sure. It's just the things he do that how he can dribble the ball, he can shoot the three, he can post up a kind of if they put him there, he could post up. He got the floater. He can pass the ball. It's just a lot of things he can do where I feel like he belongs in that conversation. Now, is he better than them? I'm not going that far, but he belongs in the conversation. But pure scoring wise, I feel like he's a better scorer, but not a better player. Because
That's interesting.
I think Trey Young is like the top five player to me. I feel like Trey Young, so I have a high standard for Trey Young. I think Trey's better than Luca actually, but that's just my opinion. But I could back it up. I for sure think Atlanta won the trade.
Hmm. I the Hawks won more last year, but to me, if Luka Doncic is the point guard of the Hawks instead of Trey Young, I think that the Hawks are better. And I also think that if Trey Young plays for the Mavericks are worse. That's just how I feel about it.
Really? You think if
I think
Luca played for Atlanta?
I just think if you put Luka in the same position that Trey Young was in, like Luka is the point guard of the team, the Hawks are better than they were with Trey Young. I think that Luka's bag is so deep, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of upset that you said that Tyler Hero's a better scorer than him. Like he is so good at scoring in
He
every
is.
situation. Like there's like the only thing that Luka isn't great at is at the beginning of the season he hasn't been in great shape the last 2 years. That's to me the biggest knock on him. And he kind of whines at the referees a lot. Like he has been he was all NBA first team last year. Like that's crazy.
No, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's not good. I said pure score. Think about it this way: is LeBron a better scorer than Kobe?
Kobe's got more
No,
rings
but
than
he
LeBron.
averaged
Kobe's
more.
got more.
Yeah, but he averaged more points. He's what? He's gonna pass Kareem if he stay healthy. But we all know he's not the better scorer. We know that. But Luca is a butt. He's just gonna the way he plays. It's hard for him not to score. But he's not a. I guess he's not a pure scorer. You know what I mean? It's the way he plays. It's the way LeBron plays. It's hard for him not to get 25 a night. It's just hard. It's just hard. It's just that's how I look at it. But
Okay.
I don't know, skill wise. Obviously, Luca has a lot of skill, but scoring, like, it's a lot. Tyler Hero is just he's a. I'm not saying he's better, but he belongs in the conversation,
Okay.
especially if John Morant is there. Especially if John Morant is there. So
So do you think that Tyler Hero is a better basketball player than John Morant? Just yes or no. Do you think if you were
hmm.
the GM of a team and I said you could have either John Morant or Tyler Hero with your first pick, who are you taking?
See, it's hard because I look at it at a different point of view. I'm not.
That's not.
I look
I'm
at it
telling
as a
you,
coach
this is the
standpoint,
point
but
of view.
I'll take Ja. I'll take Ja. But just because the
There's
question,
a
the way it's
lot of
set up, I would take Ja.
there's a lot of hesitation in there, Bo. There's a lot of hesitation in there.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it. I'm taking Tyler Hero. I'm taking Tyler Hero. You give him that role he's on at the Grizzlies. You be the number one guard. You be the number one scorer. Your usage rate is very high. You got the ball. I'm saying Tyler Hero. It's your show. If you do that, you build something around him. I'm taking Tyler Hero as a better player. Obviously, that's not the circumstances he's in, but I have a very high regard for Tyler Hero. When many, it's kind of like Kuzma. Like many don't they don't like they view Kuzma a different way. But me, from I see Tyler Hero as one of those top players. He's proved it in big moments. He's shown that he has it. Now, if he's not playing behind Jimmy Butler, you may see something. If he's not, it's more of a system. If the ball's not going through Bam, you know, you may see something. If not, you never know. You never know. But like I said, it's just all about circumstances. Josh told to do his thing. Josh given the ball and go play, just like LaMelo. He just get the ball and go. It's your show. You can't do no wrong. You make mistakes, cool. You're gonna go right back out there. Tyler Hero make a mistake, you going on the bench. You wanna know why? Because you have Duncan Robinson, you have um Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo hasn't even stepped foot on the court yet. You have so many people where are you getting benched? Who's benching John Morant? Nobody. Who is benching LaMelo Ball? Nobody. Like so he has less room to operate and to be himself. I feel like, but that's just me.
I agree
I
with
don't
that.
know. I don't know.
I I agree he has a shorter leash, but those other players have proven enough to have a longer leash to me. Duncan, no, I'm sorry, not Duncan. Tyler Hero was good. It was really good in the bubble run. He was really bad in the playoffs last year. He was bad. That wasn't. There's no denying that. They got swept by the champs, so you could have that argument. You could wash your hands of it. Say 1 for 2, good one playoff run, good one playoff run, bad. And he's played well
Is
this
that
year.
not the
So
sophomore slump? Is that not the sophomore slump?
do we attribute
Jason
all of the
Tatum,
sophomore slump?
he went through it. I'm blaming it
Well,
on that.
do
Now
you know
he's back
somebody? I
balling.
think.
I don't know.
Do you know? Do you know two players who didn't go through it? I'm gonna give you two players who didn't go through it, and this might make you a little mad.
Luca and Trey. Luca
Listen,
and Trey.
Luca, Trey, and Ja. I mean,
They're different. They're different. They're
John Morant was cooking the Jazz last year. I know your Jazz, the trash playoff team, but they were the number one seed in the West last year, and John Morant gave him 40, I think, twice. All right. Anyway, next take.
but it all comes back to the role. Yeah, next take. Next take.
Yeah,
That was a heated
Ben
discussion.
Frank Vogel will not be the coach when the playoffs start.
Oof. Oof. Ah, you said not on the fence? Okay, I'm going to say that's ridiculous. Only because I just can't see them firing him, especially when he just had a contract extension. So, but do I want him to be fired? For sure, but I don't think it'll happen. So I just think that's ridiculous. Not before the playoffs, because yeah, no. What do you think?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I keep hearing rumors that they're looking to fire him, but I don't know what they would do. I mean, Jason Kidd's not on the staff anymore. I don't know, like if they're just going to elevate somebody or what they would do. It's hard to fire your coach and still win a championship unless you have like somebody on your roster you're already looking for. And I don't know if the Lakers have anybody that
Now I'm not trying to
you got
see
to run that you
Lionel
got to run that by
Hollins,
LeBron. Yeah,
Sean Luke. Yeah, I'm not. Do I want him to be fired? For sure. Yes, he's been terrible. Even the year we won the championship, he's been terrible. I was always critical of him, but nah, I just don't see it happening. Not in the season. Now after the season, yeah, maybe, but not during the season. It's just too hard, especially if you're trying to win, like you said.
Oh, and for the college football people who are listening for the college football section of the show earlier, the Florida Gators have just hired Billy Napier as their head coach. The former Louisiana coach just was just signed to replace Dan Mullen. But all right, next take. I'm sorry, not Bill Simmons. Ben Simmons will return to the Philadelphia 76ers and help them secure a top 3 seed in the East.
That's ridiculous. Only from the standpoint of they're not getting the top three. It's too late for that. It's too late for that. But I think they'll be successful. I think they won't miss a beat when he comes back. I think he will come back whenever he's mentally right and ready to
Can I
go.
tell
But
you can I tell you how many games they are out of first place right now? They are only
yeah, go
4
ahead.
games out of first place. And
4 games. That's it.
they're only 4 games out of first place. The Nets are 14-6 and the 76ers are 10-10. And Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris just came back last night. They were struggling without him.
But
They were 2-8 the last 10 games. So Tyrese Maxey's looked really
see,
good
I
this
say that.
year. Go ahead.
Yeah, I say that because not from like the games like they're behind. It's just the teams that are in front of them. I don't see them falling off. I don't see
Yeah.
them like besides the Wizards maybe they may fall off, But I just don't see the teams in front of them falling off. I don't
That's
know.
a fair point.
What do
That's a fair
you?
point.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. All right. So moving on to our next topic. We've just completed our first round of That's True, That Could Be True, That's Ridiculous. You did a wonderful job, Mel.
That was a great game.
All right. So moving on to players potentially on the trading block. I'm just going to list a couple players, and you tell me if you think that their respective teams are going to trade them. Okay.
hmm
Just before the trade deadline, we've got Marvin Bagley,
Trade.
Buddy Heald.
He played good versus the Lakers. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
No, no trade.
Okay. You already said you didn't think
They
Russell
fired Lou
Westbrook was
Walton.
getting traded. Go ahead.
I don't think Buddy's. He's not leaving because they fired Luke Walton. Terrible
Mm-hmm.
coach, like I said. But yeah. Anyway, who's next? Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but I think you already said that you didn't think that they were going to trade him.
Oh, not a chance.
Yeah. Let's see here. Derek Favors doesn't really move the needle. Let's say there's a lot of teams looking into Brandon Ingram's availability. How do you feel about that?
Whew, I would love for him to be traded. But I just think it's just so much dysfunction. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
trading one of your cornerstones is a good move right now, and especially before the deadline. But would I like him to be traded for sure?
Okay. Let's see. DeJounte Murray, point guard for the San Antonio Spurs. For anybody who's listening and doesn't know, sorry, I haven't been listing these team names.
Pop is not trading Murray.
Yeah, he is
No, I don't think
connected
he'll
to
be
them
traded.
right now.
Yeah, I would have loved him over Westbrook, but
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
he's solid, and
He
his
is every
defense is amazing.
yeah, he is everything that the Lakers fans wanted Russell Westbrook to be for sure. Not that Russell Westbrook isn't good in his own right, but he is everything that they wanted him to be, especially knowing that Russell Westbrook's a non-shooter at this point in his career.
For
Let's
sure.
go. We'll go rapid fire these last few, and then we'll do some award predictions. Okay.
Okay.
So Christian Wood.
Mm, no trade.
Okay. Kevin Love.
I don't think he. I don't think he. I don't know.
Man,
I would
I just
say.
want us
I
to
would
get
say
rid of that
trade.
scrub so bad. I'm so I hate Colby Altman for not trading him.
He
Literally
doesn't
just
want to
because
go. He doesn't want to
it doesn't matter.
leave.
Send his ass wherever. It doesn't matter. We could have got something for him.
I,
We could have got the equivalent of Kuzma
buy
sometime.
him out. Buy him out. I'll take him to LA, and we'll waive DeAndre Jordan and buy him out.
Man, the fact it really bothers me that DeAndre Jordan still is starting in the NBA in 2021.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I guess it's good for him.
Yeah. All right. Last one. James Wiseman.
Ooh. No trade. No trade. No trade.
I feel like
That's their only
there's.
real big man.
Well, I'm saying I think that they could put together a package of like Wiseman, Kaminga, and Moody, and they could probably get a pretty decent. They could probably. All right. Let me paint you a picture here. So imagine Dame just wants out. I don't think he will, but just if he does, and they trade him for like Ben Simmons or something like that. A player like Nurkic is kind of old. He only wants to be in Portland because Dame's there. a package of those three for Nurkic sends Nurkic, who is a big that can handle the ball pretty well, finish at the rim, solid passer, pairs him with all those guys. I think he's like would be the perfect big for. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, sorry. Oh no. All right, the perfect big
No, you
for that
good.
team. What do you think about a potential
Mhm.
Nurkic Warriors pairing?
Your scenario makes a lot of sense, but you know, I think when you're winning, you kind of become stagnant. So I don't think they'll make a move. But I like that idea though. But I don't think they'll trade him unless it was like someone like you gotta get like I don't know someone. I don't know why they didn't trade with Ben Simmons, but
Nurkic is a pretty good player. I would like in terms of like the Warriors team right now, adding somebody on there. I would rather have Nurkic than Ben Simmons. I mean, because Ben
but you're gonna give
Nurkic
up
ain't Nurkic ain't
your
Nurkic ain't afraid of nobody.
he's not, but you're gonna give up two of your last draft picks, first rounders
Hey,
for
for a chance,
Nurkic.
how many years of contention do you think the Warriors have left? Just recently, I know you don't really believe in them this year, but what's how many years of their
Oh, I
title in
mean, I still think they have a long time, just not this year. But it just depends on moves they make. I just think they need a better wing. They kind of thrive with Draymond at the five, but he can't play the whole series at five. But I think they have a lot, like 2 or 3 years left, if depending on the moves they make. But like right now, not really a chance with the team like presently constructed now. But I just think they need another wing. They always every time they've been good, they have a good wing. I mean Harrison Barnes, you can say what you want about Harrison Barnes, but he is a great wing. He did what he needed to do. Obviously KD. I don't think Andrew Wiggins fit the bill. Obviously Kelly Oubre didn't. I just think they need a good wing. So they have a window, but yeah.
All right, that's fair. All right, moving on to award predictions. Okay, I'm gonna give you a list of. I think I have five in every award, and you're gonna tell me which one, who you think is the most likely to win. Okay, and I think these
Mm-hmm.
are all the betting odds favorites. Betting odds courtesy of Hard Rock Sportsbook. They opened up on November 1st, and a federal judge already tried to block it. They are appealing it right now to see if you can still gamble. I don't know if you've got to play around with the Hard Rock Sportsbook app at Almo, but those are where we're getting our top contenders. So for MVP,
Sounds good.
we have we have Steph, KD, Giannis, Luca, and Jokic.
You think who? Steph? I would think Steph would get it
Steph, I
because all of those players you name have one except Luca.
yeah. Um, with the Bucks right now are 8-2 in their last 10, and they are 2 games out of first. If uh, Middleton just came back, I don't think Brooke Lopez has came back yet. When they come back, if they're able to secure a top 3 seed, top 2 seed, and Giannis is still putting up the numbers he's putting up, I don't know if it'd be enough to overtake Steph because the Warriors are looking like they're going to run away with the best record in the NBA. But I think Giannis is a really good chance to contend for it again. I love KD. I think he's the best player in the NBA. I think it's going to be hard for him to win the MVP, though.
You don't think the NBA voters is starting to is going to start trading Giannis like LeBron? Like you can get it every
I
year, but like I'm tired of giving it to you.
I think that after Giannis played the way he did in the playoffs last year, I thought that he was primed for like a wire to wire run for MVP. But the injuries to the starting lineup, like for I think as my dog is going nuts. I think that the lineup of or the combination of Drew Holiday, Giannis, and Middleton had played together a total of 3 games. When I checked the other
Yeah.
day, I think it was like 2 days ago. So there's only room for improvement for them. I like a lot of the moves they've made. Grayson Allen has looked pretty good. I think he's got a chance, but I think it's still pretty wide open. And Jokic is doing it all, and he has had like no help. Um,
I don't think he'll get it again just because
I
last
don't
year.
think
But
so. Yeah,
Steph, I think Steph's on to lose.
yeah. Rookie of the year. There is Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Josh Giddey, Scotty Barnes, and Jalen Green. Jesus.
Hmm. So out of all those teams, the only team I think is like winning is what Evan Mobley, the Cavs, right?
I think their team's
But
the best out of all the
obviously,
teams so far,
yeah.
but they have room to
I
fall.
think Cade just came back. What? I think he came back 2 or 3 games ago, right?
He's been back for I think like 2 weeks maybe, but
Two
he's
weeks
looked pretty
now.
good.
Okay,
He's looked pretty good in his recent games. He
I
started
like
out really
Cade.
cold from the field. Yeah, he's looked really good recently. I think this award is a little more wide open because Evan, like nobody's scoring a lot of
Yeah,
points. Like like I think Ant Edwards was scoring a lot last year.
yeah.
Lamelo Ball had a really good
I
year.
think we
Scotty
need.
Barnes has been really good too.
I like Scotty. I think. I think Scotty will win it. But yeah, I wouldn't see. Um, like if it came down to it, I could see uh K or Jalen winning it because it's a long season, and people fall in love, like I said, with the guards. So if they can put together, a good month, 2 months, then I think they'll win it. But I think it's Scotty Barnes, and I think I like Evan Mobley too. But yeah, that one is pretty wide open.
Okay. Um, Coach of the year looks pretty boring to be honest with you. I'm looking at the list of names and I think Steve Kerr is going to win it. I think the Warriors are just going to have the best record in the NBA, and he's going to end up with it. Do you have any names that are like popping up right off your head that you want to talk about?
Well, this I have a gripe with the Coach of the Year award and executive too or general manager. Um,
Yeah, I don't even like that. I don't
so
like
these
Coach of the Year
things,
either.
Coach of the Year award, yeah. See, when you're winning and I guess yeah, you're having success, right? I think that's cool or whatnot, but I just feel like teams with the best record really don't change much, right, in the regular season because they don't have to make adjustments because they're not really coaching. Like they have this set system, and you go out and you play, cool, you win a lot of games. Like Steve Kerr, cool. He's not really coaching. Like he's not really like coaching. I like coaching, like the system, the way you're running this, your defense, like let's be honest. Frank Vogel, the last 2 years or 3 years, whatever, he hasn't won a coach of the year, right? How you win a championship? You're not the coach of the year.
I don't know. You got the year they won the one in the bubble. They had two of the five, maybe four best players in the NBA at that point in time. So it's whenever
Two
you
of the
get like
two.
when they won the championship that season,
Yeah,
Anthony Davis was on another level. I'd say they were two of the top four players in the league that whole season.
but what does that have to do with coaching?
It does, and I'm saying they won in spite of not necessarily in spite of the coaching, but they bought in and they were just more talented and they played a Heat team that frankly had no business
Then we
competing
wasn't
against the
more
Warriors.
talented. We had two. Yes, we had two players. We had two players, but we
So you're
wasn't
saying the
more
Warriors were
talented than
talented?
everyone.
Okay, so series by
No, we
series,
had two
you guys
players. We had
play.
two players.
Okay, we're gonna go series by series in this. So against the Trailblazers in the first round, who was more talented, the Lakers or the Trailblazers? The Lakers did.
Um, okay, but it was the scheme. It was we
Okay,
had the two best. We
okay.
had
We'll just go series by series, and then we'll talk about the coaching after that. So Lakers were more talented than
okay,
the
okay.
Trailblazers. Then it was the Rockets with Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Who was more talented?
Okay, okay. I would go to Rockets. I would go to Rockets.
You don't believe
I would go to
that.
Rockets. They have James
There's no
Harden.
way. So is James was
More
James Harden better than
talented.
Mo? Come on, you don't believe that. James Harden
So I'm
was
saying that, but see, this is what I'm saying. The coaching made them look less talented. The coaching, Caruso was locking up Dame and CJ due to the defense the coach put in place, right? So it made them look lackluster when they played the Lakers. It was the defense. Like we wasn't good on offense, but our defense looked spectacular. The coaching, the coaching won us the championship. I don't know. Every team we played, they had more Jamal Murray and Jokic,
yeah, they were
and
at
plus their
least a
whole
year
team.
early. They were a year early for sure. Those
They were
Nuggets.
more talented though.
I don't know.
I
They
don't
beat
know.
up.
I don't know. I
They
just
beat him
think
up. The Lakers beat him up. Dwight Howard, Anthony, yeah, Anthony
the scheme,
Davis,
the coaching.
the bigs. Okay, all right. I don't think you will be hard
I just
pressed
okay. This is my whole point.
to find people that. Go ahead.
My whole point is I just think the coaching award because the coaching award is basically regular season. I just think it should
I agree.
be a
I agree.
playoff award. Like
Yeah,
that's
almost
all
all
I
these
think.
awards are regular season awards, though. But all right,
Yeah,
last
but
last award.
I mean, yeah.
Who do you think? Who would you pick to win Most Improved Player? I have Miles Bridges, Jordan Poole, Tyler
Jordan
Hero
Poole.
over Tyler Hero.
I mean, he's just had a bad year. He's not most improved. He just had a bad year.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Like he didn't get
All right.
any. He didn't get any better.
I don't know. I think he got a little bit better from last year to
You
this
don't
year.
think?
I think getting more confident, being able to showcase your ability is 90% of what makes a good basketball player, and he's got that this year a lot more than he had it last year. So I would say he's greatly improved in that aspect.
But his first year, what was his first year though? This his third year. His first year, he
That's
averaged what?
not what he's averaging this year. He's averaging like 20, I believe, this year.
Yeah, but I don't know. I know you say six man, yeah, for sure. But most improved, I think it's Jordan Poole. Bless you. I think it's Jordan Poole though.
Thank you for saying bless you. Even though I turned the sound off there. All right, I'll read you the stats by year. His first year, 13 and a half points a game on 42% shooting. Last year, 15 points on 43% shooting. This year, 22 points on 45% shooting. Shooting almost 40% from the 3-point line. This is Tyler Hero.
39. Yeah.
I'm not
Like
saying
I
it's
said, I
definitely Tyler
mean,
Hero because I was just shit talking Tyler Hero, but I think he's definitely got a case. Jordan Poole's got a really good case too.
oh, he has a yeah. He has a great case. I'm not dismissing that. I just think since it's like a one person award, I would just go with the one who I didn't expect to. I expected greatness from Tyler. I didn't really necessarily expect greatness from Jordan Poole. So I just feel like this
Okay.
is when you say you're in the same echelon as John Morant, Luka Doncic, and Trey Young, like you shouldn't be in a conversation of most improved, or you shouldn't be winning that award. I just think he believes he's that. So I just think Jordan Poole, like, where does Jordan Poole go from here? Is he gonna be an all star? No, he's just improved. He's just a better player, a better version of himself dramatically. drastically than he was last year. So I don't know. That's what I feel. But yeah, Tyler has a case.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have today. Mo, what do you got to plug? Drop your socials in so the people can give you a follow.
Um, Give me a follow, Mo underscore Reese 30 Instagram. Um, Snapchat pretty private. But I'm a trainer. If you're in Tallahassee or anywhere, if you stop by, I'm a basketball trainer, so I just want to plug that.
Mm-hmm.
You need somebody to work out your kids, and you want them to see and improve in the game of basketball. I'm the person who can do that for you in Tallahassee. Just a little. I'm not gonna say the name, but I have one kid. In middle school, seventh grade, he averaged 2 points. Started all game. Worked out with me. The next year, he averaged 17 points. Eighth grade year. The next year, now he's in high school. He's the last game he just had 29 points, 10 rebounds. First game in high school. It has a chance to play varsity, so that's the type of workout training I do. So I just want to plug that. You can email me. Anything.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on with me today, Mo.
Thank you for having me. It was a great podcast. I love talk basketball.